Definitely welcome to a special edition of Inside Sports with Rashad Mitchell, episode number 54, live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. It's a Sunday afternoon, but I had some things to do. I usually come on Thursdays, but I had a lot of things to do and put things together, and do other things with my schedule. So I really want to do a show today. Talk about the NBA Finals. I obviously talk about some baseball news. I think I had it in my topics that I want to talk about. Aaron Rodgers, he signs with the Steelers. Um, Jim Marshall passed away. Talk about his contributions to the National Football League. Um, and on his day in sports history. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into this episode. Let's get into it. The finals, man, started this past Thursday, man, where the Indiana Pacers did it again. It showed why they are the cardiac kids of the NBA playoffs. They know how to just come back from deficits. And was again, Halliburton did it again, man. He came through in the clutch. He's now 5 for 5 in clutch situations. This guy is just amazing. Didn't play a great game, but when the game was on the line, this guy knows how to deliver the goods and put in the big time baskets in clutch situations. And he did it again with a 21-foot shot to give him the win. The only lead that they had in the game because they trailed most of the game. And OKC did what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to, play from ahead, keep the crowd in the game. Crowd has something to cheer about for most of the game, but not how you start, it's how you finish, man. You gotta finish for 48 minutes. Gotta play the whole 48 minutes. And if you don't, you're gonna get beat. And give credit to the Indiana Pacers, man. They hit a lot of 3-point shots. That's what kept them in the game. 18 3-point shots, 39 attempts. They shot 46.2% from three. 46.2% from three. And also there's a stat where the Oklahoma City Thunder are 3-4 right now when they give up more than 36% of 3-point shots that are made against them. The opponent is really, really good against them. They're now 4-3 against the Thunder. They gave up 46.2% from three. 18 3-point shots that was made by the Indiana Pacers. That's the reason why they had a chance to win a game. They stayed in the game. Give credit to Obi Toppin coming off the bench. He had 17 points, 5 3-point shots. He was huge in this game. You gotta give him a game ball as well. Yes, all the credit gonna go to Halliburton. But when you look at the way this guy played, Obi Toppin coming off the bench, that's something to keep your eyes on, man. That was definitely something that was just amazing what he did, hitting those threes, and that's what kept him in the game. Was the 3-point shooting, hitting 3-point shots, and putting up key shots that was made. I think that's the thing that stands out as far as that's concerned. I think from that standpoint, that kept them in the game. Once you have that in the game, that's what's going to make the difference. And I think you got to give credit to the bench. They stepped up. But the Thunder are 3-4 when they give up more than 36% from three. And that's a great, interesting stat. So they didn't go to the 3-point line very well. Now they played great defensively. They forced a lot of turnovers. They turned the ball over a lot, like 25 times. The Indiana Pacers. They didn't play their best game and still won. They stole that game. And they deserve to win it, but they know they're going to be better. I think tonight's game is going to be, another competitive close game. Be a competitive close game. Um, yes, the Thunder going to get off to a good start, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think Indiana know what they're about. They know how to come back from deficits, and this is going to be a very close game. And if you're Indiana, they did it against the Knicks, they did it against Cleveland. They're not going to take it easy because they won game one. They're going to try to up, go up, 2-0. They did against the Knicks. Why can't they do it against the Thunder? They give them a chance to have some comfort going back to Indiana, chance to wrap it up possibly. So this is a must win for OKC. So and also when you look at OKC with them losing, they gotta get a better performance from Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren. Those guys combined for only 23 points. 6 points for Holmgren. That's not gonna be good enough if they want to win this series. Jalen Williams was 6 for 19 in the field, only 17 points. That's not good enough. SGA, Shea Alexander played outstanding. At 38 points, did his thing, but he can't do it all by himself. And also, Hartenstein has to be reinserted in the lineup tonight because they gave up like 56 rebounds OKC. They got rebounded 86 to 56 to 39. Excuse me, 56-39. And you can't just have that. You got to be able to find a way to eliminate the situation by inserting the coach. Got to insert Hartenstein into the lineup. He got to do it. Yeah, see a stat right here. This is an article that was printed, submitted on June 5th. This is for the finals. That the Thunder are 3-3 when their opponents shoot better than 36% beyond the arc from three. You gotta include that as a 3-4 record because they're 3-4 when they give up better than 36% from 3 point range. And you saw that this past Thursday night. They gave up 18 3 point shots in 39 attempts, 46.2% for Indiana. So they're 3-4 right now. So keep your eyes on that tonight. The Thunder against that 3 point shooting of Indiana, especially from the corner three. They did not do so well in going the 3 point line from the corner. It was like 7 to 8, something like that. So they know how to shoot threes, man. They're great at shooting threes. Indiana. Keep your eyes on that. That's a situation. It was the corner threes. Else they're gonna get back. They're gonna be 0-2 if they don't get it done. They don't get it done tonight. So that's the storyline with that with the NBA. OKC must win tonight. It's a must win. They gotta have it, or else they're gonna be down 0-2. It's that simple. That else to say. You gotta make adjustments to avoid 0-2 hole. Also, Indiana has a chance to be the third team in NBA Finals history to be the third team to win the first two games on the road and go on to win the championship. Only two teams have done it. 1993 Chicago Bulls. They went to Phoenix and won the first two games there, won the championship. 1995 Orlando and Houston. Houston went to Orlando, won the first two games. And they was able to win that series. So Indiana's chance to be the third team to do that. And they've been road warriors. They know how to win on the road. They're great on the road, and they show that so many times. So it wouldn't shock me if they win tonight because this might be their year. You know what I'm saying? Like they're a team that are not a great team, but they're a team that is a team of destiny. It's their time to win. So it seems like, but we'll see about that moving forward. But the thing about OKC, they're gonna be heard from because they had a similar situation when they played Denver in Game One. They lost that game in the stunner, and they came back and won Game Two, won by 43 points, 149 to 106. They scored 87 points in the first half. But I don't think it's gonna be a blowout tonight. I think this is a different team. Indians different, man. They come to play every night. They're not gonna take a game off. They're not gonna slack off. They're gonna be very competitive tonight. I think they're gonna play hard tonight. They're gonna play. It's gonna be a close game tonight. I think OKC will win, but I think it's gonna be very, very close. I don't think it's gonna be, you know, blowout. No, I think Indiana's for real, man. They know what it takes. They got a chance to do something special. Something that Indiana's never done is win a championship for their franchise. So I think this game's going to be an excellent challenge for them to see how hungry they are to win their second game to go up 2-0. But the thing about this OKC Thunder defense again against the three is the corner threes. Also, they got to do better in assists. They only had 13 assists the last game. As I do the research, yeah, 13 assists. That's not good enough. They got to do better within the assist bracket in that department. Here it is. This is what Thunder got to do tonight if they won this game. They got to prevent the open corner threes. That's where they lost this game. Now they lost the game at the buzzer. No, 0.3 seconds left with Halliburton's jump shot. But what kept in the game was the 3 point shooting from the corner. They took advantage of that. They were wide open on threes. They made 10 of 16 attempts, 63%. They shot 7 for 9, 78% in the second half. That's what helped the comeback be what it was because of the 3 point shot. Without that, they probably lose that game. It wouldn't have been in contention. So that's what OKC got to do tonight is make sure that they keep the Indiana Pacers from hitting all these open corner threes and make sure that they keep them off the 3-point line. Again, they're 3-4 right now when they give up more than 36% from three to the opponent. Now they're not 3-4, they're under 500. So the 3-point shooting, the defense played great. They forced a lot of turnovers on Indiana, but they didn't do so well for us guarding the open corner three. It wasn't they just gave up way too many threes. So they gotta really be more defensive minded in that area. So keep your eyes on that. Hartenstein gotta be back in the lineup. I think he got played as a starter. And then we look at Chip, Holmgren, and Williams. Again, they gotta play better. They combined for 23 points. 6 points for Holmgren, only 17 points for Williams, shooting 6 for 19. So there's one game. We'll see what happens with that. All right, let's get into some baseball. We got the Red Sox and the Yankees playing tonight. Rivalry is still not the same as it used to be. I mean, Boston is like 4 games under 500. Yankees are 39-24. Look at the stands right now. The best team in the league is Detroit Tigers. Now they 42-24. The Yankees are 39-24. Houston is 36-28. But Detroit's playing excellent baseball right now. They got the best record in all of baseball. And the Mets are 41-24. They're looking good. They 41-24. Chicago Cubs are 40-24. And the Dodgers are in a battle in that division with the Padres at 38-27. And San Diego Padres are 36-27. But then we look at Aaron Judge. He leads the league in hitting, 390 right now. He has the most hits, 92 hits. So right now, the best teams, the Yankees are playing good, but the Tigers are playing the best. The Mets are playing very well. Houston's playing well. Chicago and the Dodgers, those are the top division leaders right now in the respective divisions. So we're gonna see how that continues as we go into All-Star break and stuff like that. So that's a storyline on that. Right. Other things to talk about. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, he signs with the Steelers, a 1-year deal. Obviously, that's I ain't have that as one of my topics, but I had to mention that. But it's a big deal for Pittsburgh to have Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, he's an upgrade from Russell Wilson, who's now with the Giants, but he's a Super Bowl winner. He's a guy that definitely when he's on his game, he can be one of the best out there. He's definitely a great quarterback, but this is it for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh don't get it done this year, they may not get it done at all. They really have to try to really upgrade that quarterback because they should have drafted um Shador Sanders. I think he should have been drafted uh in his past draft, but they bypassed him. So this is 1 year thing. He only signed a 1 year contract, 13.65 million. So this is all in. Super Bowl bust. Simple as that for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They gotta win a championship. If not, then they're gonna have to move on and draft a quarterback. Unless they're gonna go with somebody else. 13.65 million, 1 year deal. And we'll see how that happens, how that works. I still think in the end, and you look at the AFC, Kansas City can't rule them out. Cincinnati, Baltimore, again, they got Pittsburgh's playing a tough division. You got the big time quarterbacks for the most part in that division. You got Aaron Rodgers, when he's on his game. You got obviously Lamar Jackson. You got obviously Joe Burrow. And Cleveland, who knows who's going to be the quarterback? It's going to be Deshaun Watson. It's going to be Joe Flacco. Obviously, Shador Sanders is with Cleveland as well. Dylan Gabriel. I think Kenny Pickett was with them as well. But that division is going to be very competitive, and we'll see what happens. Pittsburgh, they play the Jets. That's a must see TV because Aaron Rodgers played with the Jets. That was the last team he was with. So you see how that game's going to turn out. But like I said, he's a Jet. I mean, he's a Steeler, Aaron Rodgers. So we see. I don't think he's going to wear number 12. Have to wear a different jersey because obviously because Terry Bradshaw, I'm quite sure his jersey is retired. Let's see. Terry Bradshaw should be. Hmm. Okay, Aaron Rodgers is going to wear number 8 for the Steelers. The thing is, yeah, I thought Terry Bradshaw, number 12, was retired. It's unofficially retired. So only retired jerseys that they have still is three players: Franco Harris, Ernie Starkner, and Joe Green. Wow, all them great teams that they had back in the '70s. Most of those guys should have their jerseys retired. Like Mel Blunt, Jack Lambert. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm surprised that their jersey's not retired. Lynn Swan. But Bradshaw, his number is not retired. So he's not going to wear that jersey anyway. He's going to wear number 8. All right. Enough for that. Let's move on. Jim Marshall, man, he passed away this week. Um, for that great defense, Purple People Eaters. They definitely lived up to that billing. They had a great defense. And also, they went to 4 Super Bowls. They just ran into some great teams. There's a lot of great teams that they went up against. The Steelers, the Dolphins, the Raiders, teams like that. They went up against Kansas City Chiefs. Now that's the year they should have won the Super Bowl that year. Jim Ross was on that team, and they got blown out 23-7. That was a big upset. The Vikings were big time favorites, and they lost that game in the blowout. So that was a tough loss for them. But look at his career. He went to Ohio State. Most of these fans for running the wrong way. Um, Jim Marshall in 1964, he picked up the ball and ran into the 49ers end zone. So that's what he's known for. But when you look at Jim Marshall, man, he was an Iron Man because he was like Cal Ripken. He rarely missed a game. He played 270 games in a row. So he's the Iron Man of the NFL, the ultimate Iron Man. He rarely missed a game. And he was able to do his thing, play every game, always ready, always available to get the job done. So Jim Marshall definitely was a big time player, not in the Hall of Fame. He only made to the Pro Bowl, I think like 3 times. He was a 3-time All Pro, second team. Made to the Pro Bowl only twice. So that's probably the reason why he's not in the Hall of Fame. He's a great Viking. He's in the Ring of Honor. His jersey's retired, wore number 70. Won that championship with Ohio State. He was All American, second team All Big Ten twice. Played again 270 consecutive games with one team. And as a defensive player, had 130 and a half sacks. Those teams did not have success in Super Bowl. Yeah, he played with Alan Page, won league MVP. Gary Lawson, Carl Ellis. Carl Ellis in the Hall of Fame, but he's not there. So it is what it is. But he's one of the all-time great, Vikings. But didn't make it to the Hall of Fame. Maybe one of the best players not to make it to the Hall of Fame. But I think he's probably not there because yeah, he covered 30 fumbles, but I think him having less All-Pro honors kind of kept him out because he never made the first team All-Pro. He was the second team All-Pro. But again, he rest in peace to him. He passed away at age 87. So rest in peace to him. Right, let's get into on this day in sports history for June 8th. That'll be done for the day. All right, in 1829, on June 8th, the first United Kingdom municipal swimming pool was outside of London, had opened in Liverpool. 1933, June 8th, Athletics first baseman Jimmy Fox hit 3 consecutive home runs as Philadelphia outscored the New York Yankees 14-10. 4 straight home runs after Fox had homered last time up the previous day. I can go over all the events, but some events that's worth talking about. Okay. 1950, June 5th, June 8th, the Boston Red Sox flew out the St. Louis Browns 29-4 at Fenway Park, set 6 Major League Baseball records, including runs scored, most total bases 60. 1955, Major League Baseball history, the Brooklyn Dodgers option pitcher, future baseball Hall of Famer As a manager, Tommy Lasorda made room on roster for future Hall of Famer pitcher Sandy Koufax. Milwaukee sets a record of 4 consecutive home runs with Eddie Matthews, Hank Aaron, Joe Adcock, and Frank Thomas. 1966, the NFL and AFL announced merger plans to form one league with two conferences, NFC, AFC, that started in 1970. 1968, Don Drysdale pitched a record 58th consecutive scoreless inning. It was in 1968, June the 8th. On June 8th, 1969, Mickey Mantle gave his farewell retirement speech during Mickey Mantle Day at Yankee Stadium as 60,096 fans saw his number 7 jersey retired. 1976, Houston Astros drafted Floyd Bannister as the #1 pick. But 1977, California Angels pitcher Nolan Ryan notched his fourth career 19 strikeout game in a 10-inning 2-1 win over visiting Toronto Blue Jays. 1989, Pittsburgh Pirates scored 10 in the first inning, their best inning since 1942, prompts Pirate broadcaster Jim Rooker to say he would walk from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia if Pirates lost. Philadelphia Phillies beat them 15-11, and Rooker walks at end of season. The longest 9-inning game at the time, an American League game, was on June 8th, 1986. It was 4 hours and 16 minutes, but the Baltimore Orioles beat the New York Yankees 18-9. That's basically it. Stop right here. And else to talk about the moments that happened in sports history. Right, so that's it for today. For the week that was, which took place in sports history. Make sure you check out my recent articles. That was it's on e52sports.com. Check that out when you get a chance. And like I said, this concludes this episode number 54. Be back for episode 55, maybe on Thursday. May do it on a different time, but we'll see. But it's great to do it on a Saturday afternoon. It's gonna be on a Sunday afternoon. Do it on a Sunday afternoon. Um, talk about what's going on in the world of sports. So I'll be back soon. Check out the latest articles that I write on e52asports.com. E52asports.com. Check out the latest article. Be back real soon next week, maybe next Sunday. We'll see. Barring my schedule, got other things I'm doing right now. So I had to move around to schedule this for another day. But it's good to do it on a Sunday. I may do it on next Sunday. Maybe it's a good time to do it. Oh, I'll see. I'll be back for episode 55, and also I think this is the first episode of the month of June. I believe. I think the last episode I did was May the 29th, I believe. The last episode in May. The last I think was on the 29th May. I think May 30th was on a Friday. May 31st was on a Saturday. June 1st was last week. So it's the first episode in the month of June. So if that's the case. Welcome to the show for June. It's great to have this show going to another month. So that's it for today's show, episode 54. Until then, talk to you soon.